So as we wrap up the goodies inside Spring Boot 4.0, there's this last item that I want to discuss. This is HTTP service clients. Is an auto configuration support that Spring Boot has come with to help us create HTTP service clients from just plain Java interfaces. So this one allows us we can call external endpoints. Let me think of an example that we can do. So in this service that we are having, let's say we wanna let's create a service. Let's just create a service in here. We say inside services we create a service, maybe we call it external wrap or something like that. So let's just create a Java class, then it will be an interface. So we say external wrapper service. Let's say we are having this service. Yeah, perfect. And then this service now, I just want to do an external call to an API. So I'll just say JSON API dummy. So I'll just find a dummy API. So yeah, I can use this JSON dummy or even this JSON placeholder or JSON mock. Any of these ones can give you APIs that you can use. You can create a mock server there. In here you can just use fake free APIs, yeah, like APIs that you can call. For example, this one you can get. Let me see if I'll get something with students. Maybe no. Let me see on the first one. So I'll just pick this. Let me see anything to do with students or something. So I want a simple one. So let's pick these to do. Let's pick these to do API that will easily give us a list of to-do list here, and then this really give us a good, I think so. Yeah, so let's use this to do to just create our service. So this is the endpoint that we're having. So what I'll just do is I'll grab that. So a number of items that we need to do first in here. We need to first initiate HTTP on our interface. We need to tell it which. So there's this service called HTTP exchange that we need to call in here, and then there's a couple of items that you can give it inside here. So if you check on these, you'll see HTTP exchange, or rather you can say HTTP exchange. Let me see. All right. So what I'm doing wrong is this. So you just need to say at HTTP exchange, and then in here you'll get a number of items that we can include inside here, like stuffs to do, like you can say the URL that you want to do, for example, and stuffs like versions, headers, blah blah blah. Yeah, so for my case, my URL is this, so I want to call this to-do list, and then in here now I want to create a bin or a method that will assist me get this. So first let me do create a pojo for this. So I'll want to, maybe I can create a record or or a method or something like. So let's create here. Let's create a record. We call it let's say to-dos. Then that one will be a record. So these to-dos, maybe we wanna make it similar to what you're having on our website. So let me just see what we had here. Yeah, so we want this format. So the first format is to do, so we just have a to do and then the list of to dos. So we can grab that and come back here and just say we need another one here called now a single to do, a Java class. Maybe we can even still have the second record here. I can still have a record and you say it's to do, and then you say this to do just have this as the ID, so has a long ID, and then it has the to do itself, a string. It also has a string to do. It can also have so this one will have to remove this and then put a comma separated here. Then you say string to do, and then this is boolean, so you can say boolean completed, which will either be true or false. Then you can have user ID as maybe integer. We'll say this way, then I'll say integer user ID. So having this is really this looks like now our record. So this is our record, this is the ID, and then now inside our to-dos we have a list of to-dos. So we can just say this one contains a list of to-dos, and I'll call it to-dos here. I'll do it like that. So this is the item that I need to call. So I'll just need to map that out. So I'll just say here I want a list of to-dos, which I'll call to-dos here. Then these to-dos I'll just say I wanna call it from I wanna create a function here and say get all to-dos, probably, yeah, inside this interface. Then that's what now I'll be going to use in my function. But then in here, once I have these to-dos, I'll need to like kind of give it a pick from an exchange. So let me first fix these items to the, I think this is okay. So in here on these to-dos, I just need to pick whatever I'm having on the exchange. So I'll just grab it from the exchange that I'm having. So I'll just want to say this to do get all these lists, and then I want to grab it from, I want to use a get exchange to actually get whatever is here. So now I can use this one within my controller now. So I can go back to my controller or my service. So let's say inside my service, I want this external service wrapper. I'll just, right, so this is the service. So I'll just go to my controller and maybe expose an endpoint here and maybe call it to-dos. So I'll just grab this one here and say this method here, I just want to create one for to-do. So I'll just pick this for students. Then I say students should pick the list of to-dos from here. So get to-dos, say get to-dos for students, right? Something like that. And then I'll say, so they'll need to grab from the to-do. So I'll just come here to import. You remember that interface that I used. So I'll just come here to import. That's what I'll need to do in order to have it. Just a second. So I'll just do a quick import of this. So I'll just say private final, and then I called it external wrapper service. Then I'll say just external wrapper service. And then now this is what I'll be using to do these couple of functions here. So I'll just say that one dot. Then you remember my function was get all to-dos. So this one should return a list of to-dos, or rather to-dos, yes, a list of to-dos if I'm not wrong here. So this one will get a list of all the students from to-dos. But one item also that we need to do is to expose this to our Spring Boot service. We need to come here into our Spring Boot service and just tell our Spring Boot service that there's something we're expecting here. So we tell it that we need to import HTTP services, and then also we can grab and say the base package, the same way we usually import beans. So you can just say base package, and then just come here and grab com.this one. So I'll just try, it's like I'm renaming this because I gave it a very funny name, current only. I just cancel. I just say let's try to type it up. I'll get it right. ABC school.africa. So that will be my base package where my HTTP services will be lying, because I have it here inside my services. So that's where it will be. So I'll just try out this. We see what will happen. So let's just try to rerun. Then now remember our REST controller was going into us. All right. So here we need to give it some kind of name. Let's say we give it a name here, and we say we'll call this to-do. So inside students we'll just have the to-dos. So let me see. So we'll just have an extension of to-dos. So since this was running previously, we expect it to still be running. So let me see. We're having an error here. Let us sort it out. So something that we're doing wrong here in terms of customer checking these. So I can grab this and put it inside another controller just to be okay. So I'll just create another REST controller here, and then call it to do controller. And then now inside here we'll say this is a REST controller. Then just come out here and then say post. Here we have request mapping. Then we just say request mapping. This one will be say posts to-dos. Sorry. So we'll just say to-dos, and then this will just give us a list of all to-dos without. Let's say, do we do versioning? So let's say just do a number of to-dos without any versioning in there. And then so I'll grab what I had here on the external service, this one. Just grab it and put it here, private final service wrapper. Then I'll add the instructor injection, and then that's it. So why is this one complaining? Because of this, we can just get rid of that and this one. Then we see. So our service should be now okay. I don't know. It was complaining that I couldn't see that. So let me see if this one is okay. Yeah, so that's okay. So we can now call our to-dos in here and see what we'll get. So it's just slash to-do, or we can just say slash API slash to-dos, and then we just copy this and then just hit a get of that. Yeah, so I'll go back to my Insomnia and just create another, just duplicate this and maybe call it API to-dos. Then now this one will be API v to-dos. Let me see if that one will work. Let's confirm our service is up and running, and then we can call that. Yeah, so we are having a bad request. Let's see what is happening. So bad request. This is a get. All right. So this, you can remove this. Just a get mapping, and then system.out. Let me see. I don't know if it will force us to use the versions. If it will, then we'll have to do it. Let's just see. Internal server error. So let's see these errors which are coming in here. what's the error here? I think it will try to force us to use, so now see get all to do's version this, and then error. So I think there's an error on mapping, so let's just sort that. So there's an error on mapping. Let's see. All right, so we had some more items here. So we had some more items here on these class of ours. Let's just grab that, and then we come with it onto this class that we had here. Let me just find it quickly. So come here to do. Probably there's something we left out here. So inside to do, it's okay. Then to do's, we need to have a number of items here. Like there's this total, you can say integer of total. Let's do this, and then I'll say integer of skip, integer skip. Then integer limit, say integer of limit is 30. That's it. So let's try again and see. So I'll just run it again, and then we see what will happen here. And here it will fall again. So method running. So let's see if we call insomnia, if it will fail again. Let's just see. Yeah, perfect. So here we go. So you'll find that we have the to-dos here, and then we have a list of all the to-dos that we had. And then at the end of it, now we have the total limit. Yeah, so that's how we use HTTP services within the new Spring Boot 4. Feel free to comment, like, share this video, and give us a thumbs up. And also remember to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any other episode that I'll be doing around Spring Boot. So let's learn Spring Boot, and peace.